Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across this wide world of ours today. Um, what I plan on doing today is just going over a little bit more about the Bureau of Indian Affairs, or what is called the BIA. And what I want to talk about basically is how we need to move the BIA into more of a 21st century, 22nd century mode rather than the 17th, 18th century type of setup that existed. For the most part, like I said, that the program, and I know for a fact that you know, or that some of this has been upgraded over the years, but the foundation of this still leaves with the reservations. And my thought always is there a better way? What's the old cliche? Is there a better way to create a mousetrap? So, in this way, is there a better way to make the Bureau of Indian Affairs more efficient? And when we look at this, we're basically looking at regional offices. And when we're talking about regional offices, there's 12 regional offices, and they are the Alaskan region, Eastern Oklahoma region, Great Plain region, Midwest region, Navajo region, Northwest region, Pacific region, Rocky Mountain region, Southern Plain region, Southwest region, and Western region. So basically, you have 12 regions that deliver is headed by a regional director. This runs for the bureau's activities within a defined geographic area. And really, the issue becomes have we created more administrative without really helping the Native Americans? Because really, when we look at this, we're looking at basically have things changed on the reservations. And what I mean by change is there still high unemployment, high addiction issues. There's high social well-being or well-being or whatever, and then there's issues on low education achievement, though it's better than it's been in the past. Excuse me. It's well below the nation's norm, and even though things are, like I said, should be a lot better. They're just really not getting better. And the fact is, what we've done, it's like anything with a nonprofit or an organization. A lot of the information that comes out of this is an issue where, um, where there's more administrative than the actual cost of or getting what's the old saying, boots on the grounds on the reservations themselves. So the goal here is to streamline and make things more efficient and get to the needs where the people need the needs themselves. And the issue becomes when we think about this is that we got 12 regional officers. Wouldn't it be more, and one of these offices, like I said, it's Alaska office, wouldn't be more in tune to move the Bureau of Indian Affairs? And like I said, the Bureau itself, and if you add the Bureau itself, is located in Washington, D.C. And really, a lot of the tribes exist west of the Mississippi or up in Alaska. So, as it how efficient is having the BIA located in Washington, D.C., and yet have the issue of the efficiency of the regional offices. And part of my conducive on this is really that you really need to look at this and find out, can we move the offices to save taxpayer money, down from maybe 12, maybe down to 5 or 6 regions. And then also, can we take that extra money and actually enhance like areas of education and social programs that are needed on the reservations itself? And my guess is, my educated guess is, yes, this could happen. And this would actually have a better impact with the reservations. Because really, technically, if you work with the reservations, it's always about the leadership on the reservations itself. So in other words, when you call out there, even like the regional offices, they will even say, well, if you're interested in um, say let's say tribes like the Shawnee that are out in Oklahoma, then they'll say, well, you need to contact the tribal leaders on that tribe itself, and to to have that. And then if you go, a lot of these tribes have their own website. So the part of this is, when you look at them, some of them or have phone numbers. Some of them don't. Some of them have emails. So there's not a uniform set on the websites themselves. And some of these tribes are just lands or preservation lands, and not necessarily the tribes themselves. So the point here that I'm trying to make on this is that area of that development with the regional offices could most likely be streamlined, and that way that money can be more effective on the leadership communities themselves. And case in point, like I said, I wrote a book on casino and diminishing returns of the casinos on reservations, and actually have been asked to speak over in Europe concerning the book and the research that I found on this. Is that because of the online betting, etc., a lot of the people are not necessarily gambling on the reservations, though it's still there. But there's also this point of saturation that occurs with the casinos. And then, just because the reservation has the casinos doesn't necessarily mean that areas still have casinos. And then when you're near Las Vegas per se, you for instance, if there's a tribe voting, there's always that fighting for revenue there. And like I said, the issue becomes the saturation. At what point is saturation? And then, like I said, this with these 12 administrations, regional offices, I don't think their goal here is not necessarily. There's always this thing by Dr. Kirkpatrick, that says organizations that are top heavy are somewhat not productive or non-productive. And I agree this with the same thing with the BIA, with the 12 regional offices, plus the Bureau of Indian Affairs itself, which is located in Washington, D.C. So my emphasis or my theory on this is that the BIA should be moved out of Washington, D.C. and moved somewhere closer to, and I brought this up, like El Paso, Texas, Austin, Texas, Oklahoma City, somewhere in that area, where I think they would be more efficient in helping reservations. Because like I've stated in the past, there are more reservations located west of the Mississippi than there are on east of the Mississippi. And it's just more paperwork and more regulations. And really, the people don't need, or the native people don't need more regulations. They need the help and guidance by the local leaders of those tribes. And it's the same thing with government, that once government gets too big, it's not helping or caters to the needs of the people who really need the source. And the issue with me is, Though I think the the understanding or the justification of the 12 regions were at the time when they were created was justified. But now with the rise of Wi-Fi and the rise of internet, I think it's more efficient now that we can move into a modern day period of moving the tribes or the regional offices into a more of a communication rather than back when this was probably first created. There was just uh, mail and not necessarily the creation of email and the information, because information right now we can get it rapid because of the Wi-Fi and internet connections, and not necessarily. So this is something that really can be looked at to make, because really what we're trying to do is help get the programs better for the Native Americans on the reservations itself. And like I said, with the research I've done, I think some things are lost. What's the old cliche? Always lost in translation and not necessary efficient down at the ground level. And like I said, this goes back to Kirkpatrick's theory on organizations that are top heavy, that really the issue becomes that there's more administrative and not necessarily helping where they need to be helped on the tribal level. So anyway, please like and subscribe to my channel, on here. Also, feel free to email me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. Also, I do have books available on Amazon or self-published, like the last one I put, Water Quality on the Reservation. And I have one, Casinos and Diminishing Revenue Return on the Casinos. And also I have my dissertation on COVID and the impact COVID-19 had on the reservation. So anyway, folks, I hope to talk to you soon and have a great day. Talk to you real soon. Bye.